All right, it's 6:30, so we're gonna get started with the planning and zoning meeting, December 7th, 6:30. The meeting is closed to the public, but it's subject to the open meeting laws of the state of Texas. And we'll move on down to action item A, that it appears we have a quorum, so we will go ahead and call the meeting to order at 6:30. Action item B is citizens forum. I don't believe we have any citizens signed up. Okay. So moving on, we'll move on to C. City Secretary to administer the oath of office to our newly appointed or reappointed directors or commissioners.
It looks like the only person we have on here is Steve. We got John Mullen, who needs to do it, and that's it. So John, if you would raise your right hand, repeat after me. Can you hear me, John?
Me? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me, please.
I can't. I'm in a sling. I just have to hold it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
You would just repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Mullen,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office of Planning and Zoning Commissioner
the duties of the office of, what'd you say? Couldn't hear that part.
Planning and Zoning Commissioner
Commissioner
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of the state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, John. All right, moving on to letter D, discuss, consider, and action on or approve, I guess, the meetings from November the 7th. The meetings are in your package. Everybody have a chance to look over those. I know it's just, like for attention, there is one change that needs to be made.
Yes, sir. Under item C, Brian Sears needs to replace Michael Frazier.
Okay. Everybody have a chance to look over those minutes?
Yep.
There's no discussions or changes, and I'll call for a motion to approve. them.
Motion to approve?
I second.
Another second by Commissioner Gates. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Okay, action letter E, discuss, consider, and take action on, or possible action on approval of a final plat on a 1.2348 acre tract of land located at the southwest corner of Joshua Station Boulevard and State Highway 174 and being located within the Joshua Station Overlay District with a land use designation of CR corridor retail for the purpose of constructing a mixed-use center for restaurants, personal service, retail, and medical offices. So I'll go and let Aaron explain the final plat for us on this. Okay. Preliminary plat of this Joshua Station addition was approved in 2008. There have been numerous final plats and replats of this 44-acre tract of land since 2008, including the final plat of Lot 10. During that time, the name of the plat for Lot 10 was changed from Joshua Station addition to Cypress Creek addition. Regardless, it is part of the same preliminary plat that was approved in 2008. The subject property is referred to as Lot 6 as per the approved preliminary plat and will be platted as such. There was a planned development district and associated conceptual plan approved for Lot 10, Cypress Creek. In addition, however, other properties within this preliminary platted area as they develop need to have the CD designation and detailed site plan approved prior to construction. The proposed development of this property is to allow for a Starbucks establishment, medical office, small retail establishment. This proposal is for a multi-use structure consisting of 5,700 square feet. Of the total square footage, 2,100 square feet is slated as Starbucks, with the remaining 3,600 square feet being used as medical offices and or personal service or retail. A recommendation was made on November the 2nd, 2020 for the approval of a planned development district of this property. And on November the 19th, 2020, the city council made a final approval of the planned development. This final plat will rest on approval from the Planning and Zoning Commission. Okay. This is the plan development that we heard last month, if everybody remembers. Was there any questions or anything else that needs to be discussed on this final plat? If not, then I will go ahead and call for a motion.
Motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Approve the plat, final plat, followed by Commissioner Gage, who seconded that. All those in favor? Oh,
I showed John Mullen second.
oh, Malden, I'm sorry, I apologize. Malden. And, was all in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All right, action letter F here is public hearing regarding a request to rezone the following described property locally known as Little Brook Estate, being approximately 105.64 acres of the George Wright Survey, abstract number 916, Johnson County, Texas, changing the zoning of the foregoing property from R1 single-family residence to R1L single-family residence large lot. So I will open this public hearing at 6:37 and go ahead and turn it over to the staff for the presentation. Okay, petition to rezone Little Brook Estates has been received by city staff. Little Brook Estates has approximately 41 lot owners that are asking the city council to consider acting as the applicant and rezone the property. This area has a long and complicated history, as many property owners in the area want their properties rezoned from R1 to R1L to better fit what and how the properties are and have been utilized in terms of use livestock. On November the 19th, 2020, council unanimously approved the city to act as the applicant in the rezone of the Little Brook Estate. The associated fee in doing this was around $1,300. The property owners did collect the money, and the money was paid. And from the publication notices that were sent out, we had 4 people respond with being in favor. Okay. I'm assuming there's nobody else on the Zoom call to discuss this further. Okay. All right. Well, I'll close the public hearing at 6:39. And we'll move on to G, which is to discuss, consider, and possible action on making a recommendation to the city council regarding the request to rezone the following described property locally known as Little Brook Estate, being approximately 105.64 acres of George Wright Survey, abstract number 916, Johnson County, Texas, changing the zoning of the foregoing property from R1 single-family residence to R1L single-family residential large lot. So, is there any questions or comments regarding this action item?
I guess my only question is, there are 4 property owners, 3 that didn't sign, 1 that I guess didn't get a response. I mean, they're not here to talk about it, but, you know, do we have to take that into account?
Actually, direction was given that no, they would not have to be, although they were contacted by our code enforcement officer, and for some reason they just wanted to, or they just declined signed and not signing, but they were not against or for. Then you, in your packet was the petition from, it looks like, there's a total of 41.
I'm looking at the section that's highlighted in yellow. The second. And then the last page has 4 lots on that corner. I guess that would be these.
If it's not highlighted, it's not part of the overall thing. All right, any comments? Okay.
So there's a lot of traffic noise in the background. It sounds like somebody's on the side of the road. Maybe I missed this. The R1 hill lots, what's the minimum size of these lots?
Acre.
Okay, so it is 1 acre. Okay.
All in favor? Any opposed? That's all we have for tonight, so we'll be at 6:44. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.